The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, as we are here for Division 1, starting off the first half on their third day in Season 2. And it's a big game to start things off, ladies and gentlemen. Union Gaming taking on Samurai Esports on the map of a Clubhouse, going live on your screens in just a moment as the final set of Div 1 matches, pre-majors that is about to go live on your screens right now. We're in the ban phase of Clubhouse, of course. Union Gaming are defending and East Samurai are attacking, and we've already got a Montaigne ban to start things off. Not really surprising right there. Montaigne has been proven to be a good push operator type when it comes to a Clubhouse, but I dare say that there are other operators that might take ban priority, such as a Thatcher, as we see the choice made by ESM. Not surprising right there. Another day, another Thatcher ban. His EMPs have always been good for disabling a lot of utilities, and now they're just as much of a threat as they always have been. Malusi, in the meanwhile, is going to face a ban from ESM side. No Wamai ban, interestingly enough, and now Union Gaming are faced with the choice. Who do they ban? As it's all down to their choice. Do they ban Mira? Do they ban Wamai? They will actually ban the Wamai right there. And with that, the ban phase has been concluded. Wamai is going to be banned today, ladies and gentlemen, as that is your banned roster right there. Montaigne, Thatcher, Melusi, and Wamai, mostly targeting attacker and defender utility and utility denial, as we're going to be going into round 1 nice and quickly. Let's have a look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for ourselves today. From the side of ESM, we've got Paktoon Kid, Cuss Kid, Hamza, Mojo, and Lockdown. And from the side of Union Gaming, we've got Beat, EX7, Poseidon, Jittery, and Sparko. As the first round is about to go underway, and we already see Jittery bringing in that fateful cap can, as we will go into Basement Church and Arsenal Room for round 1. I've kept the man from the mic long enough. Foxy, take it away.
Thank you for that lovely introduction into the match. As we'll be headed here onto Clubhouse, nothing new, nothing out of the ordinary, at least what we get to see. There we go. So that what caused that black screen, but we're way out of that now. Stuff come out from the side of the deep. That being said, quite the day to start off the match. Union Gaming turns out to be such a huge team just in general. They've been dominating Division 1 for quite the while now. So good to be back to the Division 1 play days. But that being said, it'll definitely be something I'm looking forward to, as into what Union Gaming does have for them offered. Let's see what they do happen to bring up. Poseidon and Beat, who do have the SAS brothers being employed. Jittery has brought up the Capcan, and I've been seeing the Capcan being employed quite a bit, at least when it's coming down to Division 1 teams as well. That's been something that has just been working out, and they like to take advantage of a situation like that. That being said, EX7 with the telekinesis, he's going to drop one of the Legion mines, as he's still on it. All right, that is quite the is actually, this somehow looks good, but just gonna go ahead with Jittery on the roam game. He's got the hats to fall back to and the castle barricades to protect him, but there could be some possible wall banks coming in. Might be able to, oh, Jittery might be able to spot him, but no, she's not inside that little doorway. That means she's gonna come with the drone. Now Hamza meanwhile finds Sparko though. That'll be the opening frag for ESM to walk away with, and Jittery, that's why he's gonna fall down. A good kill coming in from Hamza, definitely something that they wanted so badly. That was in fact on the roam game that came out from the top. Newt tries to fall back. He finds a kill on the way as well. Paktoon Kid will be the one to take the fall as he'll be back on the side. Jittery re-engaging with the aggression. He knew there's somebody coming in from the side of the bathrooms, but that's the exact kill that Beat happened to walk away with. It's not going to be a huge deal, at least not as to how we happen to approach it. EX7 still going strong with his telekinetic powers. He's not going to back down, at least not for the while. Let's see how things happen to turn out, as just with his pure energy from his mind and concentration, he might as well shoot bullets and come out with some backtracking, as we happen to see here. Pesket going in with some breaches as we happen to hit the 1 minute mark, almost the 1 minute mark. The attack is definitely looking good as to how they've been doing so far, getting that roam clear in, but except for that little frag that happened to walk away with, Jittery is still on flank. This is going to go unnoticed, definitely. He'll walk away with an easy frag. Moj is the one to take the fall, and now the positions being given away does put the attackers in a little bit of a sketchy position. They're going to be a little more employed as to find Jittery, but he's fallen back already. They have got no time. They've got to make sure the push happens. 40 seconds left. Jittery taking so much time off with them. 3 versus 3 as Casket finds another kill of himself. EX7 will meet the sledge, but he goes down to a Capcan trap and then his own gun. And that'll be the kill to confirm. Casket still watching this long angle. We've got Hamza. He's going to take so much damage and go down. It's all down to the last attacker. That's come out of Jittery's triple kill. Quite the stuff coming in from the Capcan. We happen to talk about this in the beginning of the round, as it'll leave the Maverick in a 1 versus 3 for him to find his own quad kill to make sure that this turns out into something useful for him. Will not come out. The nade goes out, but does not really connect to anything. That'll be Union Gaming walking away with the first round for themselves. Happen to be on attack and a very good and a very satisfactory lead for themselves. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as we'll be headed to round 2, and let's see what this round happens to offer us. That being said, I'll give the mic back to Blackjack and ask him the same question. How do you think this match is going to fare as we keep going ahead into this map, for that matter, clubhouse that being?
Well, for one, it's a good start for the side of Union Gaming, doing well in their first defense on basement choice. Excuse me, I had to take a pause right there. And the extended roam strat with the castle in play, Jittery did well to employ the little bit of swiftness that the 2-speed Capcan brings out for his team, staying on the roam even towards the end of the mid-round. And not only that, claiming a kill or two while on the way back to site and in cover of site as well, which really helped. Beat also finding that early first frag, to start things off for the side of Union Gaming. It was a fairly good roam strategy and a lot of time wasted, which is what really mattered and what that strategy mostly is used for. Sparko going down early, might not have been the best situation for them, but they managed to do what they could, and what they could do was quite a bit, as it turns out. Right now, second floor gym bedroom is going to be the site of choice. Not really too surprising from UG. We've seen this before from them. They don't essentially like to go on CCTV first off. They like to go gym first or basement first, and then head to CCTV after winning the first 2 rounds. But Paktoon is going to go down. EX7 with an early spawn kill. He's going to find the Ash. That's a big drop, mind you. Paktoon Kid on the Ash is a very influential attacker. He's going to go down early. EX7 himself not really looking too good right now. He's looking a little worse for wear, but 20 HP is just fine for the man. As, yeah, there we go. The drones are going to have to come out from ESM. They're going to have to get this setup done much earlier than before, much quicker than before if they want to have a chance of winning out this round. As there we go, CCTV push will be spotted, but no damage is done to the defender right there. Mojo took some damage instead. Not a whole lot, mind you. He doesn't have to worry too much. Hamza's a little lit as well, but again, not enough to worry just yet. Kuskin took a smidgen of damage there, maybe 1 or 2 HP probably on the electrified wall of Jacuzzi. Not that that is going to change anything for them. Again, this is ESM, mind you. They like to go for those kills. They like to play aggressive, at least for the most part. As right now, Kuskin is finally going to get that soft wall trick done. That's the breach onto the gym bedroom Jacuzzi wall. As soon as they get the soft breach in position, Hamza, he's going to need to come in here and help out his teammates because, there we go, impact goes out, and that is the soft wall finally breached. That's given them a big line of sight and a big line of control onto the very important rotation hallways of sight, mind you. But with 1:10 remaining, how much is that going to help them accomplish? Because all five members of UG are still active and still roaming around. EX7 is the only one who's pretty much close to the precipice of death. But other than that, there's not a whole lot that's coming out from ESM that looks like it's going to help them secure the round. That's another kill confirmed in the meanwhile. That will be Hamza dropped by the Goyo as Lockdown finds EX7 in the meanwhile. Poseidon took a good kill, but there was a bit of retaliation coming out from the attackers. Much needed, but in a 3v4, they need more to find this round going in their favor. Hard breach onto bathroom wall has been taken care of. That's another line of sight, but ESM are very apprehensive of making this push happen. Capital readies his firebolts. He's going to throw them into sight to try and flush some defenders out as he'll push in, gets the smokes in towards the construction door as the plant is going out from Kuskin. Lockdown, good cover on him. He'll find Sparko, and the plant's about to go off. Lockdown with the triple right now. He's going off, ladies and gentlemen. He knows exactly where Poseidon is right now, as this could be the Capital's ace. Jittery in the meanwhile trying to fight the Hibana, not going to get that kill. It's suddenly a 2v3 in the post plant. Union Gaming are in a bit of a spot of bother. Shots are being traded. Jittery slowly approaching. He knows where the Capital is. Will he find this? Yes, he will. That's a good kill, but he needs to get more. The Hibana's outside on the Jacuzzi wall, and the Maverick is down below, watching for somebody going for the counter defuse, but it won't matter. Mojo's going to shut down Jittery, and it's all down to Poseidon, the last man standing. The Goyo, how much can he accomplish? Not a whole lot. Kuskin's there on billiards to finish him off, and that is going to be the second round going the way of ESM. A good attack, making good use of Capital's flame bolts and smoke bolts to provide cover and area denial, pushing into side and lockdown. That was some beautiful cover from him. That triple kill basically gave ESM the round, and the post-plant hold was just as good. We saw that, of course, in the ACT Fibernet instant replay right there, as round 3 will be underway. The equalizers in on the early round, and 1-1, excuse me, is the scoreline going to 2F Gym Bedroom again.
Well, Gym Bedroom is once again going to be the site. As far as the round happened to start off, it definitely looked like so much more in the control of Union Gaming, but an amazing turn of events that we got to see from the side of Samurai Esports. Playing that to perfection, they made sure that, especially that Capital spearheading the attack, good use of his smokes, good use of his firebolts as well. Really good stuff from him, making sure that he does not let ESM walk away with, at least you don't leave any stone unturned. That's what we got to see from him. Really good stuff. He made sure that his team brings in the early equalizer as well. That being said, once again, like we just happened to talk about it, we're back to Gym and Bedroom from the side of Union Gaming. This does happen to be a very, I would say, reliable side as to how Clubhouse is just approached. In fact, one of the best sites with the success rate that it happens to offer, but evidently not the best success rate for Union Gaming. They look to change around things about it and how things would go, and let's see how things turn out. EX7 once again with the Valkyrie. He's brought out the Valkyrie cams for sure, but also with that comes the aggression. Trying to go for an early kill, maybe an early peek is what he's trying to find, but not yet. He's not going to be over aggressive with it. Does happen to find a drone, but the drone finds him as well, and that's why he's just going to fall back and take his sweet time to maybe go for a flank later on sometime in the round. Jittery playing on the main stairs will make sure that nobody's trying to push from the side of bathrooms, while we still do have Poseidon on this extended room without any hard wall cover except for the one outside of CCTV. So that means this is not exactly an extensive hold. It's just going to make sure that they try and keep things a little more controlled in their environment. Goyo will be spotted. They're trying to do possibly a chef's nade maybe from below. No, Cascade is right here. I don't think they'll be able to do much out of it. Everybody who could be doing something from downstairs with the soft breach is not around that area. Getting the jacuzzi breach in is going to be a priority, and that's exactly what we're getting to see from Hamza and Cascade doing. They'll make sure they get that breach in, and now it does come down to Mojo making sure that there's no flank or, just possibility of anybody trying to go for that aggression from the window. EX7 did try to find somebody on the side of Jacuzzi, but he did not find anybody. Jittery did though, and that'll be locked down to take the fall. A very important frag already in the beginning of this round. Jittery is trying to find more. He's going to do so much damage to Mojo, but he's done that in return as well. It does come down to who happens to win this fight, as he's going to be a little confused as to where he wants to be peaking right now. Low on HP definitely turns out to be a huge, in fact, a pivotal point of entry where he happens to be standing at. So it will come down to dislodging Jittery or dying from his gun. EX7 will find a kill onto Hamza. That was eventually the flank that he happened to make from Secret Tunnel. But here's Jittery swinging wide. He gets double. He gets a triple. Walks away with just that wide peak and enough distraction from his team. It's all on a Paktoon kid inside of logistics as he's trying to pick a fight. But that'll not be it, people. That'll be Jittery's 4K to walk away with. And what a beautiful round coming in from the Jaeger to make sure that he happens to keep his team alive and kicking and take the advantage. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet replay as we happen to go ahead into this match and on to round 4 for that matter. Really good stuff. Once again, Jittery just making sure that he brings out all the big guns in and then the finishing frag as well. Good stuff. That being said, we'll be headed to round 4 and let's see what Church and Arsenal happens to offer us.
Beautifully done by Jittery right there. The 4K, more importantly, the push-up onto Jacuzzi wall, somehow not expected by the attack of ESM as the diffuser was dropped there as well. That was a little bit of a misplay from the side of the attack as they should have been covering that angle and the other one should have been watching onto the hallway, or, maybe they were just taken by surprise. Regardless, it was Jittery to make that play and give his team another round and maybe even get into the weekly highlights question mark. Of course, that is a judgment reserved for the admins. I'm just making a bit of a suggestion for all of our admins who are watching right now. Meanwhile, the 4th round will see us go back to Basement Church and Arsenal Room with the castle in place. So it looks like the extended roam strategy will come out again from Union Gaming. Not surprising. This is one of those strategies that they like to play quite a bit, especially when they're trying to, maybe potentially save up on other strategies going into the majors. After all, it's only so few days remaining before they have arguably the biggest fight of their lives and a chance to even get into the coveted 6 invitationals, as we will of course be watching for that. But right now we'll be watching for their win or loss as in this game, which it can still swing either way. ESM has shown that they aren't exactly one to be trifled with before, and today with the rounds that they've taken, they haven't exactly done too bad of a job, but looks like Hamza's not going to start things off on a good foot as he was the Zofia and he went down early. That's going to be a lot of utility denied, right there, for the attackers, and not something you needed. EX7 is going to fire on with Kuskid going down on the garage door. That's the diffuser drop as well. ESM on a bit of a collapse right there. Paktoon Kid drops as well. That's the Capcan finding one. Each member of Union Gaming has taken a kill so far. And it's all down to Lockdown and Mojo. And those two have a bit of a task on their hands. Jittery is less than half HP, so he might be a good first kill to go for. But with his power play position in bar, still not given away. Mojo's got to worry about somewhere else, though, and he will. EX7 will go down. That is the Legion taken care of. A good kill to start things off, but they got 4 more to go, and they don't even have the diffuser. It's going to take a whole lot from ESM, especially from Lockdown and Mojo, to get this round back under control. Lockdown searching for the roamers right here, but looks like Sparko has long fled the scene of the crime and maybe even gone. No, he actually hasn't. He's still here on second floor, waiting with all the evidence of his crime against the attackers, against Hamza. Just waiting for one of them to come investigating so that he can shut another one down. But will he be allowed to is the real question. We've got a breach coming off. That is towards the dirt tunnel from Mojo. Nice and quickly going to get that open for himself, but nothing quite coming out for ESM. That's a line of sight, an entryway open, but they've got a barricaded door and then a smoke to go through. Poseidon is waiting in the wings. He'll hear the barricade be open, but he's not about to peek. He's just going to make sure that his canister's in the right spot. Shots are going to be fired. Lockdown's got a goo munition that he needs to take out. Flashbangs are going to come off. That's another gas canister from the smoke. Poseidon's waiting. He's waiting for this one because he knows that all he has to do is sit there behind the cloud and wait for the Hibana to make a mistake. But no, he's going to go down instead. That's unfortunate. As being downed, he won't be able to do a whole lot. Looks like he was trying to emphasize towards the hallway, but it doesn't matter. Sparko's going to get that. It's all down to Mojo in a 1v4. He doesn't have time, and all he has is a down onto the smoke. He's going to try to push in. Not quite. Very apprehensive about this. He'll be seen, but he won't go down, but it doesn't matter as time waits for none. Union Gaming will take round 4. A very, very, very emphatic win right there, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. 3 early frags shutting down ESM, and it wasn't even a slowdown. It was just complete shutdown as ESM collapsed early and could not recover from that. We're now in a 3-1 situation going into round 5 on to finally second floor CCTV and cash room.
Well, that's where we're headed to. Let's see what round 5 happens to offer us. Definitely been a good round once again for the side of Union Gaming. Coming out with so much aggression from the beginning, they made sure that everything went in their favor. Until the point, of course, they happened to come up with that little stall punt in between the match in a 4 situation. Definitely something that you've got to be scared of. That being said, the Mira will be brought up by Poseidon. We're seeing this time and again. Poseidon happens to be an amazing player when he's employing the Mira, but Jittery back on the Jaeger. Very trustworthy. You know, somehow there is this secure feeling of having Poseidon on Jaeger. If you got Poseidon in Jaeger, your team automatically boosts up the chances of winning a match. I mean, excuse me, Jittery on Jaeger, I meant Poseidon on Jaeger rather. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Jittery is just an amazing player as to his mechanical skills that he happens to offer. In fact, at least as far as my opinion goes, he might even be the best. But that being said, let's see what this team or this match happens to offer. Pakhtun Kid, the Ash, he's brought this out once again. It's not exactly been a great day as to how the fragging duty has been going down from the side of ESM. They did bring out that one amazing round we got to see from them. Some amazing turn of events put into force and put into action from Lockdown himself. But looks like he's not found that little moment to shine after that round. Coming back to round 5 once again, EX7, very aggressive right here. There's an attacker on the drone right beside him. That's once again Pakhtun Kid. And he might just have missed droning out the Valkyrie. EX7 playing on the side of main stairs. Any moment now the Ash happens to push in, it'll be an easy kill for him to walk away with. But the drone is coming right around the corner. And any moment now, he might be able to spot him. I don't think he's seen that yet, but he's just making sure that everything is accounted for. Will he happen to walk into the line of sight of the Valkyrie? This EX7 is being so patient. Meanwhile, Hamza will take some damage. I'm not sure where that came in from. That was a possible engagement with Beat, but no, EX7 is the one to take the fall. The Ash got him droned out and made sure that, that off angle did not work for EX7 to realize that he's been droned out. That makes so much more sense. He did not realize that there might be a pre-fire coming in right now because the drone was in fact not in the line of sight from where he happened to go for that peek along the stairs. A nice turn of events as to how that positioning came in from both of them, and it was Pakhtun Kid to be the advantage of that situation. Jittery holding down Garage as Beat is going to find a frag, and that'll be Kaskid to take the fall. I thought it'll be Hamza he's having to re-engage with, but no, it's Lockdown who's taking some damage off his own. The push is coming in from both the sides as Mojo will make sure he finds Sparko. That'll be the Hibana making sure that her frag duty comes in as well. Some pre-fires are being made, but Hamza is taking so much damage. Not exactly sure where he happens to be pushing with this. just going to take some damage and fall back. Jittery is here to make sure he refrags and make sure that the man count is back and equalized. 3 versus 3. We're back here and let's see how things turn out. Mojo still holding this angle. We might see a pre-fire coming in any moment now. Happens to be an amazing fragger as well. So it does come down to how he happens to approach this. 40 seconds left and the clock is ticking. Lockdown with his firebolts is going to come in. But Pakhtunkhwa meanwhile is going to dispatch B. It's all on a Poseidon and Jittery to make everything count right now. No diffuser in hand. This could be the moment right now. It's all on the Jittery, in fact, as Pakhtunkhwa pops off and finds another. He's seen somebody on the side of garage. A pre-fire comes in, but that's just not enough. He's very scared, but he does not know. I don't think he does, or maybe he does, that the diffuser is not in the hands of the attackers. Trying to find another, but he's very confused as to what he's doing right now. He's got to move out of this position, but the only way out is outside the map and not on site. The diffuser still somehow being recovered. He's going to miss the claymore as well. He finds one more. Does he find the last? No! Misses his shots and whiffs a few of them, and that'll be the two-man tag team coming in from the side of the attack, and ESM will make sure that they don't let Jittery walk away with another huge performance that could have been. Good stuff and a good attempt from the Jaeger, but it's just not enough that Union Gaming could walk away with the advantage. ESM will be alive and kicking people as they happen to put this on a 3-2 as we happen to go ahead into this match. That being said, the last round before the role swap will come in on to round 6. Let's see how things turn out.
That was a fantastic attempt by Jittery right there. Caught in a 1v2, nowhere to go inside of garage. The big advantage that he had was that they had to get through him to go for the diffuser, and he somehow managed to even juke the claymore in case he needed to make a quick getaway. But time was probably not on his side, even though we were closing in on the final countdown of the dying seconds of the round. He decided to go for the peak, but unfortunately, he whiffed most of his shots, and I think he switched to Pakhtunkhwa, thinking that he may have at least downed Mojo, but turns out he had not. And that, unfortunately, was his undoing, switching out just a little too early. ESM, of course, putting themselves one round closer to equalizing, going on to the other side of round 7 roll swap. But they still have to win this round to do that. And taking 3 rounds on attack on Clubhouse is definitely a good thing for them, as that will give them the confidence and momentum to go into defense with high morale. But right now, Lockdown's going to spot EX7, the Valkyrie, going for another spawn peek out of the strip club changing room area. But he's going to have to fall back instead. Takes out, I think, a drone over there and puts a cam instead. Trading intel for intel. Jittery is busy watching through the gym hatch, that exact corridor that EX7 happened to flee from just now. ESM, they need to get their setups done quickly because, again, it is gym bedroom and they have suffered from some timing issues here before. One of the rounds that went to them was gym bedroom, admittedly, but it was because of Lockdown's Herculean attempt on to getting the clearance into sight. Jittery unaware of the push coming in from Pakhtunkhwa down below. The Ash takes his head clean off, as that's a big starter for the side of ESM. That's going to be some good damage as well. Jittery going down early, you always want that when you're fighting this team. But mind you, that's just one. Union Gaming can still make do with the remaining 4. EX7 going for a long peek right now out onto the balcony area outside of gym bedroom's windows. Speed's going to make sure to reinforce off the bathroom rotate because they know that the breach has gone through from the side of the attackers. That's good emphasis from ESM between their utility and their roam clear. At least they've gotten it done quickly. Now it's time to set up and get the execute done as well. We've still got EX7. Does he know that there's the drone there? He does, takes it out, but that's going to give Pakhtunkhwa a lot of intel to work with, that there is, in fact, a Valkyrie down below, but I don't think he actually wants to go for this fight. Decides to fall back outside of the map instead, and EX7's gone all the way towards garage, as both sides are just waiting for the other to make a mistake, to mess up. Pakhtunkhwa takes a bit of electrical damage right there, burns out the ADS inside of sight. There we go. Takes out the purple cam. And that's another piece of utility that's being taken care of. Barbed wires and all the like, as there's so much to do before they can even get remotely close to site, but time is slowly going away, and that's the real kicker here. As with the 30-second mark approaching, Thomas is going to go up the main stairs. He's been spotted. He's been taken down. That is EX7 still down below, making waves with the roam as Paktunki is going to find Sparko. In the meanwhile, inside the logistics, big drop comes in. It's a 3v3, but he needs to find the Valkyrie down below. That's a lot of damage, but Poseidon's going to do more as lockdown goes down. It is still a 3v3, mind you, but that is Poseidon's kill taken care of with his own Goyo shield of no less, and a grenade, and the C4 denied from the Valkyrie, but time is running out. They need to get the plant off. Are they doing this? They are not! And Union Gaming will still take round 6. The diffuser seems like it got dropped inside of Jim. Yep, there we go with the denial coming in right at the last second. And that was a drop and a half from the side of ESM. They couldn't get in the side on time, and they got punished for getting in there far too late. As going into round 7 roll stop, we'll see it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. 4-2 is the score line. Union Gaming have a pretty good lead, mind you, and some momentum slowly building up. ESM are on the defense, though, so looks like this match might just go a lot closer than we're giving it credit for right now.
That's exactly what we might think will go down, because Union Gaming coming in with that beautiful denial. B definitely, he made sure that his head is in the game and got that denial. And Jittery has been doing quite the frag duty, as we happen to take a quick look at the scoreboard as well. 11 frags for the man himself. So good stuff, at least how he happens to be providing that kind of support for his team. But then coming back to that amazing play from Beat, definitely a huge impactful play from him. Just 1 kill is all he needed, and he made sure that he got the Hibana. Well done. Union Gaming is definitely, I would say rather ESM should have had a little bit more emphasis on the diffuser planter as in cover that he's supposed to be provided. But that out of the way, we'll be headed to round 7, and that means it's the second half of this match, and we've got so much coming out. The Mira being employed on a site like Church and Arsenal. So we're taken back to those a little weird style of playing. At least from my understanding, it is very weird as to how the Mira happens to just completely change Arsenal and Church, how you happen to approach it. And hey, that's the exact reason why we are approaching it this way. That being said, EX7 back on the flank duty. He's just going to make sure he holds everything down and spearheads the attack, as Jittery will do the same along with him. He'll make this push happen a little slowly than usual, just on a general scale as to how you happen to see it go down. But Union Gaming wants to make sure they take their sweet time, because you've already put yourselves in a 4-2 advantage situation. You don't want to give that away to the defense, especially when you happen to be on a map like Clubhouse, because once that momentum happens to be put on from the side of Samurai Esports, it's going to be very difficult to shake them off of it. And that's what happens to make so much more importance. And hey, with the Thatcher Band, this is definitely something that they can go with. The double ADS coming in on the side of the construction tunnel. Tusked will make sure that he gets all of these drones taken care of first and foremost. But there might be that's also a possible bait for the nade to come in. But Maverick is a little more intelligent, that he knows exactly what's up. Might be going in for a little bit of utility burnout before he happens to employ, the nades that he wants to bring out. Jittery still on the roam game, and he might be able to find Pakhtun Kid here. Awfully close. Pakhtun Kid has heard him as well. He is definitely pointing that out to his teammates. And there you go, the push is coming in. Jittery is still waiting in patience, and he's going to go wide and find that frag. The headshot connects. Somehow it does. Both of them whiffing so many shots, and it was in fact the Yaker who made sure that he happened to just change his aim on flick it to the head of that attacker. That was in fact the Jackal, a very important frag, as that'll be all the while more difficult for them to hunt down the roamers. EX7 still watching the hatch. We've got so many people right now employed on the hatch and getting this in. The nade comes out. Does it connect though? No, it'll definitely scare down a lockdown. He's moved back just a little bit, running the immortal skin. Very beautiful one. I personally love it, as we'll still be seeing him hold this Mira window down for himself. He's got more than enough information to work with, as Pakhtun Kid might be in for a possible flank that he wants to attempt. Arms out, employing the long angle, and you've got so much crossfire right now at least as to how this defense is going down. Pakhtoon Kid will find another frag for himself. That was Poseidon. A very important kill in it, but Sparko's already gone down on the side. He's going for the plant. Pete and EX7 are the only ones to give them a cover, but no lockdown comes in with the C4 play, and that's the planter shutdown, and that's the cover shutdown as well. The sledge goes down. It's all down to Beat, and where's the man? He's breathing in some toxic babes inside the secret tunnel, and he might even go down to it, as Pete is definitely not having the best time of his life right now, and the clock will just tick down, as that'll be round 7 for us, people. We'll be headed to round 8 with ESM, making sure that they are alive and kicking on the second half of this match, and just at the same time making sure that they let Union Gaming know that, hey, we've got the advantage on the side of defense. We'll take that as much as we can. We want to make sure that we bring in as much as we can from our side. Being said, 3-4, and we might be looking at an equalizer coming in from the side of ESM as well. Let's see what they happen to offer, but right now it is still Union Gaming in the lead.
Mind you, that lead is only a 1-round lead for Union Gaming. Not a whole lot to speak of as we have a quick look at the scoreboard. Jittery already on 11 for his team, doing the heavy lifting of sorts, of course. The rest of UG bringing in with support and their own flags as and when required. While we can see that 9 have gone off for Pakhtoon Kid as well, with Lockdown, following up with 5. Plenty of assists to share between all of the members of both teams going into the rest of this game. We've got the castle play coming out from Pakhtoon as well. Sight being CCTV, we've got a little bit of a downwards roam this time, with the reinforcements going off in bar. That's a bar setup that we're looking at from ESM, with the castle barricades and the reinforcements coming off from Kaid. Pakhtoon Kid is going to nice and quickly seal off the billiards area, and Hamza is going to make sure that his electro claws are undeniable by any potential Kali plays that might or might not come out from Union Gaming. Of course, we can say that it won't be, because we can see the double hard breach, triple hard breach actually, from Poseidon, Beat, and Sparko. Outside of which Jittery and EX7 are bringing in all the soft breach in the world, with a hammer that almost never runs out and a shotgun that definitely does. Meanwhile, Hamza's playing a mirror window facing into garage. Interesting setup right here. Pakhtoon Kid's here for support, along with some extra soft breach being done by the Mira to give the castle a better rotate and line of sight through the bar stage area of, well, bar. Of course, the early bits of the round is going to be a little slow from both sides. Union Gaming, they're going to need to get their drones in, see where these roamers are, as I'm spotting a certain player, Mojo, down below, all the way in basement by with Jaeger, as the drone will spot exactly where Pakhtoon Kid is. Probably spotted where Hamza is as well, as that is going to be a push slowly coming in from the side of UG, from the side of Billiards, from the looks of it, as the castle barricade has been blown wide open. Shots are about to be fired. Hamza, will he spot where that attacker's coming from? Not quite yet. They know the direction. They heard the sound cue go off, and most likely it is EX7 who is sitting here inside of pool table room. He knows that there's 2 bogeys straight out ahead of him, and he needs to find the direction, but it's Jittery who's going to start things off by finding Pakhtoon Kid. That's a big drop, mind you, as the castle will go down. No more UMP plays, and almost no damage done to UG either in that play. With about a minute remaining, they need to start expediting the process. I'm pretty sure they've got the breach done in the meanwhile, as Mojo is going to find Poseidon. EX7, does he see the defender coming down? He doesn't need to. Sparker's going to find Mojo. That's another big drop, but the diffuser is dropped outside of the map, and they're going to need to recover it quickly. Cusket's taking some damage in the meanwhile, trying to deny lines of sight for the attackers. How much can he do, though, is the question at hand. Because he's going to be down in the meanwhile. Speak of the man, and he has been down. That may have been a grenade from below. EX7, he's expended 1, and he's slowly pushing up the back, but that's not going to be advisable. He will go down. Lockdown, make sure of that, but he will get refragged instantly. Trying to peek into construction. Sparko takes his life, and Jittery gets his double by confirming, and then there's Beat to find Hamza and finish things off. Union Gaming taking their time in the early and mid round, but once the setup was done, it was a fall-in and a collapse for ESM, who could not hold a sight unfortunately going for some ill-advised peeks and flanks, and that is going to cost them what could have otherwise been a fateful equalizer in this match. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. It is 5-3 going into round 9. Back to second floor CCTV from ESM. Can they hold this off a little better this time around?
ESM coming so close to that equalizer, but Union Gaming just looks like they want to push that further for them. 5-3 is the scoreline. We might be even getting to see take match point, but will they be able to do that or not is the real question right now. Sparko back on the going to be playing the ace for now. Hamza, we've got him employing the Kai. Then not exactly a fan of how I'm getting to see the side of the defense setup turn out to be, at least in cohesion towards the end of the round. It does turn out to be very promising. It's looking really good. They've got Casket for the denial. Lockdown is here for the Goyo. Information trade-off will happen from Mojo with the Maestro cams as well. But it's just not working. And right cohesion, you're able to, the side of Union Gaming is able to pick off so many defenders right off the bat that they're able to take advantage of the situation and just be a little better as to how the composure happens to go down into this match. That being said, a standard setup coming out from them on the side of CCTV as the action phase will be underway onto this match. Round 9, where we are at, will we see Union Gaming take away match point, or is this just going to be a to and fro? Hamza taking so much damage. Where is that from? That's a pre-fire from... Is that from the window? That was from the window, in fact, the water tank angle we talk about. EX7, he's definitely done so much damage. There's so many of these pre-fire angles when it comes to a map like Clubhouse, honestly. You've got to be careful. It does remind me of those border days when even in the tournament matches, there would just be that long angle all the way from the east spawn that you could just pre-fire into archives and find a free frag. But that being said, let's see what this match happens to offer. More importantly, that is on Clubhouse and not on board. EX7 just doing some soft breach for his team and making sure that there's enough space for Poseidon to work with. But Jittery will be the first one to start the fragging frenzy out. He'll find the kill onto Pakhtun Kid. A 4 versus 5 has to go for this little soft breach from below with the shotgun. He's definitely putting in a lot of work as to the value that shotgun happens to offer to what he's trying to accomplish from it. Hamza still on the camps. We've got Lockdown tagging up Jittery quite a bit, but just not enough for him to fall back and try and play on his back foot. 4 versus 5 still in the favor of Union Gaming, very much so. Will they be able to walk away with a match point or not is what I'm here to find out, is what we are here to find out. Still on that little information wait a minute. Beat is awfully close. He's given garage control so easily. There was no contest whatsoever from the side of the defense. And this might just be the play that Union Gaming needs to make. 1 minute left and he's made his way so close to side already. Everybody's bottlenecked inside the cash room and between the construction and red stairs. This might just be the play that Union Gaming needs to make happen. This might be a mistake that ESM has made, or is this a bait play that they want to switch into their advantage? Jittery walks in just like that, but he's got the Aula to worry about. He'll still be going to try and damage him, but just not enough. Plant has got to go down. They've got the breaches in, but the Alta is exactly what everybody's scared of right now. Keeper could come in any moment. Now Plant is going down. Beat is the one to stick it. Smoke canisters will be in the place as well, but I think it's a little too late. The Plant has already gone down. People, it's a post-plant situation that Union Gaming has just killed Esports into a 4 versus 5 post-plant with Lockdown and Hamza. So low HP. It's going to come down to the very last breath that ESM will have to put out everything that they've got to try and retake this site. 30 seconds left and ticking. They've got to make sure they make this quicker than they already are. Jackal comes in, or that'll be EX7 to get a frag. And here's Hamza to fall in, but Jittery gets his own frag. The man pops off and gets his own triple. It's all under the Kaid, but Poseidon will make sure that he shuts down the Kaid as well, as Union Gaming will take match point. Very well so, and very well in a dominant fashion. That's some good stuff coming in from them, and making sure that they are able to capitalize on their opponent's mistake. ESM definitely not feeling as to how the crossfires are supposed to go down, at least when it comes down to a round like that. But that being said, we'll be headed back into the round, and 6-3 is going to be the scoreline, and looks like we might be going into a Rios, just not yet. We've been asked to wait from the side of Poseidon, so there we go. Sparko has returned indeed, and will be headed to a 6-3 scoreline. As I just want to take a quick look at the scoreboard. Don't want my man to miss out on his score. That all right, it's not exactly been a great Sparko day for him. But hey, then again, Jittery is definitely enrolling himself for that nice MVP award for himself. But that being said, no, I'd say no speed breakers for us as to how this match is pacing. We'll go ahead. And Union Gaming will be on match point right now. It's going to be round 10, and Blackjack, I've spoken a little too much. What do you think is going to happen on this round?
Well, for one, I don't mind hearing you go into the analysis, Foxy, right there, because, you know, it is what it is, and I've always been kind of a fan, if I have to say so myself. But enough about that. That's a discussion for a different day, as right now, that last round was almost like shooting operator-sized fish in a clubhouse-sized barrel for the side of Union Gaming, as just like you pointed out, they basically funneled them into a bottleneck situation, forced the post plant after so many smokes and even a C4 were missed by ESM, and the retake was just not there. One or two bodies of Union Gaming dropped, but in response, all four defenders of ESM were taken care of at the same time. Big misplays coming out from ESM, as now they're faced with a precarious situation. Can they make the comeback down from 3-6 up to 6-6 and take it on overtime? Or is Union Gaming going to completely deny them any and all chances here today? Mind you, EX7 today has been, excuse me right there, Jittery, I believe it is, on 16 kills. If we have a quick look at the scorecard, Foxy. There we go. Yep, Jittery, 16 kills to him. He definitely wants that SSD, and who wouldn't? I mean, who wouldn't want a WD BLACK NVME SSD, ladies and gentlemen? You want to load faster, load much faster than your teammates, to the point where even your shots go off faster. I'm just joking, of course, as right now we've got verticality being established by the attack, and that is EX7 going ham on the floor, much like he wants to go ham on these defenders, while the Kaid sits waiting and ready for an Electroclaw to go off to try and trick one of the heartbeats of the attack. He's going to see the Summer Breeze go off, but that is way too late for the Electroclaw to be effective. Poseidon, the Mule, is going to find Patunga. That's again the big drop that they were looking for, because the Jaeger is a very influential operator given the current situation. But Hamza, he's not only going to trick the Selma, but he's also going to find Sparko. That's a big drop right there for the attack, because Kitchen Hatch will take that much longer to go off and be broken. Poseidon and Newell taking more damage, not sure exactly from which gunfight, as a gas canister goes off from Guskit, makes a brave rotate back to the deployable shield that he's been sitting at, and Moses is going to find one, but get refragged onto instantly by the Sledge. EX7 with the SMG-11 taking that, making it a 3v3 with 45 seconds remaining. ESM have a good steady hold on site, but they've got only so much remaining. And Union Gaming, they also don't have a whole lot to go off of, as Bar Hatch is still not opened. Kitchen Hatch, I don't think, is open. Jittery, he's got to be careful of that mirror window, mind you, as Lockdown is waiting in the wings and watching for the play. Line of sight will be cut off, but not a whole lot, mind you. That's not a good one. But the pre-fire will not come out from Lockdown, but it's going to give away the position of the Jackal, sort of, as Jittery will finally make his way into Moto. Very close to sight, because he's going to find one, but Ixon is going to find him in the refrag. There's only so many seconds remaining. They have to get in. They have to get the plant off. Do they know where the mirror is? They do not, but EXN has found Hamza. He's got to go for the plant. He doesn't have time. And Lockdown, he's going to see that the timer doesn't run out. He's going to go in and get the knife done. Double for him to finish it off, as ESM will take round 10, beautifully held inside a sight, challenging Union Gaming on those vertical angles, as we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Well done indeed. Even after losing two very crucial bodies, they did not give up, and that is going to put them one step closer to pushing this match to overtime, as that is a very clear-cut signal. We are not going to give up, and it ain't over until it's over. Second floor gym bedroom is going to be the site of choice, as Union Gaming still sit on match point.
All right, first things first, really glad that you happened to quote Rambo. Thank you. I thought I was the only one, but I've now got you. It ain't over till it's actually over. Very well said from Blackjack. will be headed to 6-4 scoreline. Might as well see overtime come up from the side of Samurai Esports, but I might be a little skeptical about it. Headed back to gym and bedroom, and hey, Mojo has brought out the Frost pick. Definitely something that you've got to be scared about. We've seen so many Frost picks come out and work just perfectly well as they happen to go ahead. And that being said, I'll quickly just compose myself and try and wake my vocabulary section of my brain up, because I just don't know what I was trying to explain to you guys. But that out of the way, let's focus on the setup that is coming in from definitely using that shotgun for so much more reconstruction that they do happen to offer on the side of this extended roam that will come in. They've got to make sure that the adjacent sides are still held down and try and drain as much time as you can from the side of Union Gaming. But just as this happens to go ahead, 6-4 is indeed the scoreline. It looks very comfortable for Union Gaming to maybe, just maybe, even walk away with the victory at 7-4 scoreline. 2 rounds away, and that is exactly what everybody is looking forward from ESM right now. They might be pushing us into overtime, or will this just be the end? Jittery, very quick to his, very ecstatic to what he happens to do. You know, just the way he happens to him, and it's just not him. Many players are coming out of Division 1 so ecstatic and so hyped up always that I just cannot make it out. How can they not get a seizure from the way they play? But Kuskid, he's taken so much damage already from that sledge, and these are some of the pre-fires I was talking about. Once again, use that same angle all the way inside a CCTV window as well. It does happen to connect sometimes, and one of those times is this. Look at Kuskid's bar. It's almost as if he's on full HP because he's that low. We've got Beat, who's taken down Paktun Kid. Meanwhile, it'll be essentially a 3 versus 4, 5 rather, because Kuskid, he definitely is not surviving. Even just a little bit of a commotion around him is going to make sure that it's taken care of. But we've seen some amazing stuff come out from even 1 HP plays, and that is Kuskid, in fact. So you've got to make sure you don't count him out of this match or out of this fight. A 5 versus 4, but EX7 making the push happen slowly enough. Jittery will be the one to make sure that he just twists and turns around, gets some more information for his teammates to work with, as well as that utility dump does come in eventually. Parko with the smokes, not exactly sure if that's just to deny the lines of sight as to where the defense is trying to come up with, because they, and by they I mean the attackers, are slowly pushing in onto the side. Hamza will pick up a fragment of Sparko. I'm not sure where that came in from. That was, in fact, the Kaid went wide swinging on the side of logistics, but here's EX7 was going to take down the fall as well. That's quick kills coming in from the side of ESM. It does leave Beat and Poseidon, the only one staying alive. These positions given away, but he wants to still go for this peak. He does not win that either. Hamza, what is that frag power? The triple kill comes in from the Kaid. He is not stopping. He's definitely done the one-man army job right now, and there you go, the quad kill to just add insult to injury. What a round coming in from Hamza, making sure he shuts down every single one who happens to push him. Logistics is his territory, and nobody dare challenge him on that. Made sure he got those important frags, and now that puts ESM all the while more closer to shutting down this match point situation that Union Gaming has happened to achieve. Might as well see an equalizer coming in from them as we head to round 12, 6-5. Union Gaming still on match point, but Samurai stays an equal distance away from taking us to overtime.
Effectively explained why the round of ones is called so, but mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to second floor CCTV, the only site so far that has not been successfully defended by Samurai Esports. They have taken 2 rounds here, rounds 8 and 9, and those were the 2 won by Union Gaming. Mind you, the second time was quite the emphatic win there as well. And that is going to make for quite the story right now, as this is an interesting placement of Meister Cams from Mojo, probably just experimenting, seeing which one is better and has more lines of sight, the one on the wall behind the server or the one on the server itself. He's going to go for the one higher up, of course, and he's going to put down his second one to watch for the default plant spot inside his site. That's both Evil Eyes used up for ESM inside of CCTV itself, understandably so. But Mojo, he's just trying to reposition these as well as he can to the best of his ability, just to give himself that little bit more cover with those very important pieces of bulletproof utility. We've got a bit of a setup here on red stairs as well, mind you, behind a shield with the reinforcement for cover, as this round, the pivotal round, whether or not we're about to see overtime or we're about to see Union Gaming finish off this round quickly and in good fashion is the real question. Platoon Kid all the way down below once again. He hasn't had the best of time, mind you, on the other side of Roll Swap. He's been going down early quite a bit today. Might not be the best defensive day for him, but there's only so much he can do about that, unless, of course, he can maybe get a frag or two out. Waiting in the wings, Hamza inside of garage. Got the peek onto the garage door, mind you. But from the looks of it, Union Gaming might not even be trying to emphasize in that direction. Flashbangs have come out from the main breach. At least that's what the indicators seem to show. EX7 is going to make his way into construction, make sure to give himself an exit as well. That is quite the lengthy breach of that softwall right there. Jittery in the meanwhile. Think he's coming up to get the softwall trick done? No, it doesn't have to be. Sparko's gotten the breach done already, allowing Union Gaming line of sight and entry, albeit a small one. As Jittery's gonna find one in the meanwhile. Mojo goes down. That is their Maestro taken care of. More importantly, that is those evil eyes completely shut down from being nothing more than bulletproof cameras. Jittery, he's peeking into garage. He knows that there's someone there. Is he gonna get that? Yes, he will. Hamza goes down. Kuski's taking a lot of damage. In the meanwhile, as slowly but surely, things are not looking good for East Samurai, as they have only so many bodies left. Manpower, not their strongest suit right now. Platoon Kid, he knows that the drone saw him, cannot go for the run out, but his position's been given away, and he will finally go down. Jittery with the triple, as he's just waiting and watching for these defenders to peek their heads and get taken down. Plan's gonna go off right now. Jittery pushing on to red. Is he gonna see the smoke? He should in a second, and he will. It's a quad. Maybe even the AC sees the last man standing, but runs out of bullets, and that's Lockdown's kill, starting on the post plant. 1v4, and EX7 from below the stairs will come in and clean up what Jittery started. That is gonna be the finisher from Union Gaming, deciding that enough was enough and saying, all right, you've had your fun, ESM, but it's CCTV, and we are going to enforce that trend of you guys not being able to hold that site at all. With all of that being said, the match has come to an end, and UG are your victors on the map of Clubhouse. 7-5, 20 kills to Jittery, coming ever so close to that legendary record from Dark Lord of 24-6. He was just 4 kills short, but unfortunately there weren't quite enough rounds left for him to get those remaining 4 kills. Who knows, had it gone to overtime, he might just have. But then again, Union Gaming shutting down the match as quickly as they could, making sure that they didn't have any hiccups going into the post-game. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going into Reel of the Moment in a quick second here to dissect the game, break down the greatest moments, and to see exactly where either team went wrong or did something right, as that is, of course, the whole point of the highlights reel. And then, of course, we'll be taking a break before Demas Force versus Red Vipers on the other side of the break. Right now, Reel of the Moment going live on your screens in a quick minute, as Foxy, take us through them, please. Wait a minute. As it turns out, these clips don't look like the ones that we were supposed to have. Interesting right there. Very interesting indeed, as looks like Reel of the Moment is going to have to be delayed just a little bit longer. So I'm going to take this time to remind all of our viewers that Season 3 registrations are in fact still live. And if you or your team wants to have a chance of getting into Division 3 in Season 3, then head on over to the Esports Club with the link down in the description below and register yourselves as a team or even as a solo player for Season 3 qualifiers. And we hope to see you there. Link is down in the description below. Head on over and register yourselves as season 2 qualifiers are live. But enough about that. I believe Relive should be live right now, ready with the clips of the match that we just had, indeed. And now, finally, Foxy, please take us through them.
Oh, most definitely. Just a little bit of confusion, I believe. That brain lag moment when we did not have equal decision making on what clips were supposed to be played on real moment, but finally we do, and we're here witnessing the highlights of this match. The highlight of this match, I think, if I can sum it up in a word, it would be jittery, because he was pretty much the powerhouse as to what he happened to bring out for himself and for his team into this match. An absolute beast, and just making sure that we get to see so much more from him. 20 frags in a match like this in Division 1 usually is not something we get to see. And in fact, this might be the highest kill count coming down to a Division 1 match day as well. We haven't seen huge kill count matches come out when it comes to Division 1 play days, but then again, good stuff from the man. And hey, it's just been him. And I talked about this before the match happened to start as well, at least in the beginning. The fact that Jittery might be, if not the highest mechanically skilled player that at least the region has to offer. But then again, well, that's my personal opinion as to how I happen to see the man just be amazing. It's been a while since he's come out to play for this roster of Union Gaming, and he's just been too good. And look at that, every single highlight we happen to see somehow happens to be on him as well, because that's where the focus has been. He's been the one who's been making these kills. But yeah, they didn't exactly have the best of times as well. Samurai Esports made sure that he's been shut down, and more than that, it wasn't exactly a great day for the rest of the members of Union Gaming as to what they happened to offer. You might say that Jittery was just able to play on his front feet. He was just able to walk away with so much more advantage than the others could not find those windows. I'll beg to differ. I think it was the fact that since the rest were not able to bring out their true performance, it was Jittery who was given that little role of making sure that he's got to pop off, because that's exactly what it looked like. There were some shortcomings from Union Gaming, and Samurai Esports made sure that they converted on it. They made sure that everything works well for them, at least in the attempts that they try to make. That being said, we did get to see a little bit of a hint of a possible comeback coming in from the side of Samurai Esports, but that was just not the case. This round is specific. EX7 doing so much work, in fact, just making sure that he's trying to go in for that plan, but it was a little too late. Had he been a few seconds earlier, could have gotten the plan down and then turned down onto the Mira as well, but Lockdown played that to perfection. Samurai Esports, with that patience play, they paid off, and this was just amazing. This was from Hamza. Oh, this was that round. Quad kill from the man. It's quite the solo performance day coming on from teams, as that is what the scoreboard happened to suggest as well. That being said, I'll be giving the mic back to Blackjack as to you have any finishing thoughts as to how this match happened to go down.
Well, primarily speaking, from ESM's end, mostly whenever Union Gaming seemed to take a particular round very seriously, they had all the routes open for themselves. The peaks were a little advice from ESM. They went for shots that they really shouldn't have, and some rotates and or attempted, flank plays weren't really there for them. But then the same could be said for Union Gaming. As soon as they started taking a lead, they started to suddenly turn around and get shut down themselves. So it was a bit of a back and forth right there, but at the end of the day, Union Gaming take away this match, getting one step closer once again to establishing their dominance this season in the Division 1 table. Whether or not they'll be able to is still a story for later, as right now we're about to go into a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with Demas Force taking on Red Vipers very, very shortly. Stay tuned. right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, as we are here for the second game of the first half today of Day 3 of Season 2 of Division 1. A bunch of numbers, bunch of days and weeks and all of that, whatnot. But regardless of all of that, it is Demas Force taking on Red Vipers right here, right now on the map of Coastline. As you can see, we are already well into the ban phase. The Blitz ban has come out from the side of RV. Not surprising given the fact that, of course, Tsukishima Goat is in the lobby. Capitao has been banned in the meanwhile. Not again surprising, as right now we're going to have a Valkyrie ban to start things off for the side. The defense, pretty standard bans, all things considered. Blitz, I mean, with Demas Force playing, can you really say that Blitz is not a standard ban, ladies and gentlemen? Whenever you see Demas Force against you, especially you see Tsukishima Goat against you, you want to make sure that he has no chance of going back on those glory days of Blitz, as Maestro will be the final ban of this afternoon game. And with that, the ban phase has been taken care of. Blitz, Capitao, Valkyrie, and Maestro will be the bans preceding our entry into the first round of this game. Demas Force on the attack on Coastline, a combination to be feared, as they have gotten Sniper One, Candy, Kajit, Cobra, Asterix, and Tsukishima Goat. While from the side of Red Vipers defense, we've got Anaconda, Invalid, Killsteel, Faisal, and Ali. And we're going to be going into second floor hookah and billiard straight off the bat. And I believe I've kept the man for the mic long enough. Foxy, take it away.
Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction into the match, Blackjack. And we'll be here witnessing this amazing game, Demas Force and Red Vipers Gaming, with quite the roster change-up. And more interestingly, it's going to be an interesting match because we have some we have Asterix, who used to be a former Red Vipers member, who happened to shift to Demas Force, so he's playing against his former team. Definitely a rivalry I want to see unfold as to what they happen to bring out, and it's going to be on none other than on a map like Coastline. Where else would you expect a Demas Force versus Red Vipers game? Both these teams very frag heavy, and hey, definitely be looking forward to see what they happen to offer. But more importantly is the fact that Khajiit now happens to play for Demas Force. So I'll be interested to see what he happens to bring into the mix, what kind of playstyle change I'll see with him being into this team. So yeah, that is definitely 2 points that I'm definitely looking forward to from the side of DF, is how Asterix and Khajiit happen to add value and how they happen to change up, maybe not change up, maybe they're the ones who kind of just adjusted to the playstyle of theirs. But that's exactly what we're here to find out. Is there a playstyle change from this team, or is it going to be the same Demas Force we usually get to see? It'll be Faisal Arco. To start things off, Khajiit is the first one to take the fall. A very quick kill onto the Nomad, as Cobra trying to find a frag. He might have been able to, but not peek rightly enough. Goat has got himself a nice angle onto this long angle, as Faisal Arco is definitely very happy with that frag. But everybody from the side of Red Vipers is so ecstatic right now, wanting to find so many frags, just exposed from the skylight, as well as there will be Cobra to make sure that he happens to find any strays that do happen to lose their way on site. Asterix making his way from downstairs. He's just going to make sure that there's some top breach coming in, as Faisal Arco will finally be taken care of from Cobra, who happened to be on the skylight. We just happen to talk about this as Tsukishima Goat will pick off another frag, and that'll be Invalid to take the fall. Suddenly it's Demas Force just doing exactly what I happened to talk about. Anaconda will be the one to go down as well. Quick kills so quickly. Yeah, that's all under kill steal, and he'll steal one kill, but not for long. It'll be Cobra who'll make sure he gets the final frag, and Demas Force walks away with the first round in this match. What a quick round that was, honestly. That started off very randomly and ended equally randomly as well. We didn't even hit the 1.5 minute mark. By the time it was like 1 minute and 40, and we already got the match. We already got the round done. That does put Demas Force on a 1-0 scoreline. As we are headed to round 2, let's see what it happens to offer.
Beautiful beginning from the side of Demas Force attack, as you would not expect anything less, ladies and gentlemen. They have been aggressive, and seems like they'll be continuing that trend, even if it is only slightly measured and more reserved than before. Anaconda just making sure that Tachanka is in fact currently not allowed in competitive, as the rework is something that they will have to keep an eye on, and maybe even some balancing tweaks will come in before the Tachanka rework comes into the... Wait a minute. No, it's not. Excuse me right there. So, okay, so a little bit of confusion between myself and Foxy right here. Official rules, there we go, just as Sakashima says. Official rules. Okay. Well, as it turns out, it was a spelling mistake. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to get across here, the point that we're all trying to get across, is that the Tachanka rework is currently not allowed in competitive Siege until the esports season of 2021. That's a long ways away, mind you. He'll be coming into R6 competitive at the same time as Aruni, the new defender of Operation Neon Dawn. Well, that's going to be an interesting time indeed, but Neon Dawn is also a very interesting time for anyone who has played the technical test server. But that is, of course, a different discussion for a different day. Right now, we've got this match on hand, this beautiful game between both sides of Demas Force and Red Vipers, with Invalid down below on a bit of a roam with the Bandit. He's got to be careful of the drones, mind you. He's already taken down one, but there's going to be more headed his way. You can be very much sure of that, as Faisal has taken a bit of damage. In the meanwhile, the Vigil on the other side of first floor towards reception. Not sure which gunfight he was going for, as that bit of damage was done probably by Sniper on Candy as well. Who'll be spotted? Will he be taken out? No, he won't be. The Blackbeard lives, and he will take him down instead, retaliating for the damage done onto the Blackbeard. Sniper on Candy, with his ever so present and dangerous Blackbeard plays, gets a big one to start things off. Faisal will fall. More importantly, the Vigil is off, as Sakashima Go takes a bit of damage on his gunfight on the hookah deck that he's trying to take right now. Anaconda sitting inside of bar behind the aquarium bar, that is, as he is just trying to survive, trying to do what he can as flashbangs are coming his way. He'll be forced to make a quick getaway and reposition himself inside of sight, as Demas Force have certainly calmed things down a little bit after taking that first kill, doing some preliminary utility clearance, but they need to do a little bit more before they can get in and get these final bits and pieces taken care of. We've got a Sunrise push coming in, as Anaconda is going to take a lot of damage. Asterix will find one, Sakashima go down, Asterix find another, and there we go. The kills will be confirmed, as the Demas Force are going to be the ones to take yet another round in their favor. This time, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, holding off from an early aggressive push, deciding to reserve it until they had all the intel in the world and all the opportunity in the world to go in and finish off the defense before they even knew what was going on. What a round coming out from them, as they are now 2-0 up, going into round 3, first floor kitchen from the side of the Red Vipers.
Look at the quick cleanup that is coming in from the side of Demas Force. Once again, very reserved, just like Blackjack happened to emphasize. Very slow as to how they're approaching until the moment they know exactly what they have to pull out. And yes, for the people who happen to be confused, in fact, I myself was, that how is Faisal Arco and Anaconda, both of them in the lobby right now, both are the same person. They're not, as Faisal Arco actually is Seth from Red Vipers Gaming. He's just playing on his friend's account because of some difficulties from his end. The admins have taken care of it. Don't worry, guys. It is Seth, in fact, who is playing right now. So just to clear out that confusion for everybody, Anaconda is Anaconda and Faisal Arco is Seth from Red Vipers Gaming. That being said, we will be going ahead into this prep phase from the side of the defense, and just as I talked about, they've been bringing out quite the stuff from the side of RVG, but it's not enough to what Demas Force has just brought out for themselves. And that just happens to speak volumes as to how Demas Force is just able to take care and, quickly dispatch everybody from the side of Red Vipers. It only makes sense on how you happen to play out an attacking round on the side of a map like Coastline. An aggressive peek from Fazal might be caught out right now from Cobra, and that is in fact Seth. I just talked about him, but he's just going to choose not engage on it. Awfully close, Sniper want Candy to sight. He's just going to make sure he happens to be this huge boulder that anybody will not be allowed to rotate in and around the kitchen side. Sniper want Candy still holding down this little area that he's got for himself. I just talked about, but nothing to be found, at least as of now. Anaconda might make a mistake, and that might be fatal for him, because he's the one who will be directly picking up a fight with the Blackbeard and not in the best of situations. Asterix, though, he does walk away with the frag onto Invalid as he's slowly making his way, and that was his former teammate he just took care of. Definitely starting to heat things up. Making his way through hallway very clearly, so the Legion takes so much damage, and now his position is given away. I think he might not be able to walk away with him alive. He does, though, somehow out of all that panic. Does put Asterix in a difficult position. Killsteal will make sure he gets that frag, and Cobra now to take his position and take care of Killsteal as well. Therma Breach is going out on the side of Freezer as started the attack once again, looking very much in control as to how they happen to be approaching this, but Fazal is going to try and stop that. Meanwhile, Sniper One Candy does find another frag. It's all onto Ali and Fazal. That is Seth. Seth and Ali, the eyes will be on them, and let's see how they happen to play that out. Ali still holding them down. The breach that just happened to be made beside him. Does he swing wide about this? Yes, he does. But the pre-fire comes in, but that'll be from the attackers who gets a frag. And here's Fazal to try and still keep his team kicking, but Khajiit will make sure he gets the final frag, as that'll be once again Demon's Force walking away with another round back-to-back. That has been the Demon's Force show, people, so far. Let's see what Red Vipers Gaming does happen to offer. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as we're headed to round 4 with Demon's Force taking a 3-0 early lead on an attacker-favored map. That's exactly what you expect out of a team like DF. They've been amazing with what they like to bring out, and Sniper One Candy on that Blackbeard just happens to be so deadly. That being said, we'll be headed on to round 4, but Chunka is gonna have to be 6th picked. That's right, that's the confirmation does come in. The Lord will not be into play right now, as the 6th pick will be in from Anaconda. That being said, Blackjack, the mic is yours.
An interesting third round from the set of Red Vipers, where it looked like they might be able to bring it around from the 2v3 situation that they found themselves in, but unfortunately the Legion went down in arguably a very bad time. And this round they're going to be bringing in the Smoke, the Melusi, to replace the Legion, and a Doc as well from Ali. Was just confirming with the Bandit. Wait a minute. No, I think... Okay. Invalid was just kind of standing there. I guess he was checking his messages or something. And unfortunately, that was not allowing Ali to come in and reinforce that wall that the Bandit was standing next to. It's happened to the best of us, you know, whenever you go AFK and ranked and whatnot, and the reinforcement doesn't go off, and then in the late round, your entire team gets taken out from that newly opened wall. Just me? All right. Round 4. Of course, is about to hit action phase right now, as good utility emphasis is going to come out from the side of Red Vipers Gaming, as they need to try and tone it down a little bit. They've been trying to peak Demon's Force, playing fire with fire, as they say, but unfortunately in this case it's not about to work out, not when you're going up against a Blackbeard of all operators, as some shots are going to be fired. That's a bit of damage done to Anaconda. Inside of Batman, Sniper on Candy's going to find Anaconda, finish off the kill finally, and that is a much needed breakthrough for the side of the attack. Flashbangs being thrown into sight nice and quickly as the Blackbeard is looking to make any possible plays. He knows that there's someone above, but he cannot see through that little line of sight that's been made. That shot's gonna be fired, but he will still connect. That Sniper on Candy gets one, and there's another body that's gonna be dropped by Cobra. Beautifully done. As Cobra finds another one, that's his double. Ali, he's broken the shield of the Blackbeard, but there's only so much he can do. The Blackbeard himself has come in, and there's the kill confirmed. Sniper on Candy doesn't really need that face shield to deal with the Doc, as Demon's Force this time going back to their old ways of the push, get the peak, get the kill, finish it off, round win flawlessly. That's what we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, knowing and reading into exactly what the defenders were about to do, while Red Vipers are very much all over the place. A quick round, giving them the 4-0 lead, going into round 5, as we will be headed into Hookah Lounge and Billiards Room. Not any of the other sites, interestingly enough, from Red Vipers.
Well, that's where they've decided to go, and that's where we'll be headed. Red Vipers Gaming definitely need to step up whatever they're bringing out so far. 4-0 is a very nice scoreline for them to start off against them. But hey, just as things happen to be looking like, let's see how things turn out as we happen to go ahead into the match. Anaconda, he's brought out the Wamai. We've got Invalid still running the Bandit. Kill Steal will be on the Melu. Basil he's got the Jaeger into play, and Ali will be on the Legion. That being said, we'll be going ahead into this, and let's see how things. 4-0 is definitely looking like a very, very close, I would say, a very one-sided scoreline as to how Demon Force just happens to approach this match in general. It does happen to be an attacker favorite map. I don't really blame Red Vipers Gaming for what has been happening so far, but somewhere in the lines of it, they've definitely been, just like Blackjack happened to say, they've definitely been trying to fight fire with fire. They're trying to peek everything, and that is not the best of decisions to be making right now. We've got the line being employed, and that's the exact reason why R6S has brought him. Oh, he might have just connected on that little, just a pixel away. Could have gotten a free kill onto the Jaeger's head, who was just trying to rotate quickly enough, but I think it'll be the Jaeger who might be able to find a frag right now, because this might just go unnoticed if the Lion does not pay enough attention to where the Jaeger is playing right now. Free fires are coming in. Lion shot goes out. E1D, that is, as he happens to move in, and he gets a frag anyway. What a shot coming in from Asterix. How did the Jaeger happen to lose that? Imagine holding an angle for so long and still losing that because of a pre-fire that just came in from Asterix. There's just no space for movement for that Jaeger to move in as well. What a shot. Honestly, that should not have been won by the Lion, but somehow he happened to walk away with that, and that's why we call Demon's Force such a huge, such a demonic team when it comes to kill power. They definitely have so much more to offer. Anaconda is still holding down on the side of Hookah. Anaconda, rather. Sniper 1 Candy, the Blackbeard is going to make quick work of him. There's no contest on that angle. There's no way he wins against that Blackbeard, as Asterix finds one more, and Ali will make sure he shuts down Asterix for the wild kill. Steel is the only one left alive, so Kashima Goat chimes in as well. He's trying to fight the Blackbeard, but for how long? It's the BB. In fact, you've got to be scared, and he will be. Khajiit will make sure he puts him out of his misery. That'll be another round, as this is turning out to be a stampede for Red Vipers Gaming. They're definitely not able to stand up to the heat of what Demon's Force has brought to the table. 4-0 turned into a 5-0 right now, as we'll be headed to round 6, the last round before role swap, and that might as well be match point for Demon's Force as to how they've been playing so far. 5-0, we're headed to round 6 as Blackjack. Once again, I ask you the same question. What do you think is this match is shaping up to be?
Well, you definitely seem to like to ask me that question a lot, Foxy. I don't blame you, because when it comes to these sorts of situations, we're always left thinking, what is going to come out from the team in the deficit? How do you go from 0-5 down to even a potential comeback starter? Because at what point does an attacker-sided map become so overwhelmingly one-sided that the defenders can't even seem to take a single round? That is the question at hand right now, ladies and gentlemen. As Red Vipers, they've not really shown up today in the slightest. They have been very much out of it. They don't seem to have their hearts in it either. Not sure what may have happened. Maybe their comms are all over the place. Maybe they're just not feeling it. Maybe it's just a bad day. But it really hasn't been there for them, being a 5-0 down against Demon's Force, of all teams as well, who themselves are going through a little bit of an overhaul with the way that they play, of course. Had a roster change, had some back-end changes. Demon's Force as a team is looking to improve, and some of that starts with overhauling how they approach a majority of their rounds. Because, of course, as we all know, maximum aggression, maximum amount of the time isn't exactly something that's about to get you round after round. But of course, enough of the speculation. Round 6's action phase is what is popping off right now. We've got the Blackbeard, we've got the Lion, we've got all the standard stuff from the side of Demon's Force, as a C4 will come out. Unfortunate for Sniper, but he did not seem to read into the fact that a C4 could come his way, and he got taken out because of a little bit of a presumptuous peek that he was making. That's a big drop, mind you, as Astro is going to fire back by taking down Faisal. That is your Jaeger of the board. The Roamer is gone. 4v4 as more shots are being fired in the meanwhile. Those early kills, mind you, are very important, especially if it's an early kill onto none other than Sniper 1 Candy. Right now, however, we've got utility being cleared inside of sight as the push into sight is going to come in slowly but surely. Bodies are about to be dropped as the shots will be fired, but they need to get themselves set and ready. And there we go, more bullets and a kill will be dropped as well. Lion Scan goes out and they're now pushing straight into sight, trying to find wherever these defenders are. There goes the Doc. It's a 3v2 right now as one refrag will be confirmed. The Bandit goes wide about peeking outside and he will go down. Kaji with the triple. It's all down to the Melusi, and she will go down as well. Demas Force will be continuing their absolute domination run right here. As Tsukishima Go tried to be a little disrespectful with the hip fire right there. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, but even then, Invalid could not secure the kill. As even without Sniper One Candy, even without the Blackbeard making the push, spearheading it into sight, it didn't matter. It is 6-0 match point for Demas Force. Red Vipers are in a bit of a sorry state.
That's exactly what it's looking like right now. 6-0 match point. We talked about this. We might be heading into the second half of this match with Demas Force sitting on match point, and that's exactly where we headed. We're taking a quick look at the scoreboard as well. Look at that. Very evidently so. Not the best scoreboard for RV, but a very well distributed scoreboard for the side of Demas Force. We have Sniper Candy with 8 frags to his name, and why not? I mean, he's been playing the Blackbeard for quite a while, and well, it makes so much more sense as to how I somehow want to talk about the L2K and the Demas Force. And we have the Vigil and the Blackbeard and everything, but no. I think I'll leave that conversation for another match that we'll get to see on the days. But that out of the way, does happen to be this kind of emphasis from Demas Force. Definitely, they like to bring out the best of fragging operators for themselves and use them to their maximum advantage. That's just been the case, and that's what we'll be getting to see again, even on the side of the defense. Invalid himself has brought out the Blackbeard. While we'll be having a double emphasis onto Heartbreach, Ali and Killsteel, both of them on the Ace and the Maverick. Basil, meanwhile, that is Seth, of course, but Sniper One Candy. Look at this man pop off. What is he doing? I mean, he's definitely been feeling it. He's got the Blackbeard pick, and he was very destructive. Now with the Vigil pick as well, it does not seem to stop, but there's somebody awfully close to him. Does not this. Now he does, and that's why he's got to win this fight, and he will. Double kill comes in, and that's the second kill to the name of the Vigil. Sniper One Candy looking for more, but he might just get shut down, and yes, he will. Greed is not exactly the best thing to be doing right now, and that's why Invalid will make sure he makes quick work of that. 4 versus 3 is the man count right now, as Khajiit will take some damage and he'll be taken care of. That'll be Faisal Arko to make sure he tries and stop him as slowly. We see Demas Force falling on the side of the defense as Red Vipers try and take advantage of the situation. And Faisal Arko will find another for himself, as it's all on to Cobra and Tsukishima Goat in a 2 versus 3. It's definitely coming down to the fact that you've got to fight, and in a rather difficult situation, Tsukishima Goat has got to swing wide, but that does not claim anything. Does happen to walk away with a little bit of damage, but does in that process also awards Faisal Arko with another free frag. Trying to find another defender here, but the Vamai will make sure that he shuts him down. That's one frag that he's found, while Invalid is already going down for the plant. There's some cover from Anaconda, but will he be able to convert on this? He swings wide, does not connect to anything. Red Vipers Gaming will make sure they get their first round in, and that does happen to say on how Coastline just happens to be a attacker favorite map, maybe, or maybe Red Vipers Gaming has just decided to try and fight back while they can against Demas Force. We won't be seeing the match end here, not right now, people. 6-1 is where we're headed, and let's see if Demas Force are able to capitalize on that match point, or will just be RVG trying to make a legendary comeback right now. We'll be finding that out quickly as we proceed ahead into this match.
Well, if it goes from 0-6 to 6-6, then we can safely say, ladies and gentlemen, that this will have been the comeback of a lifetime coming out from the side of Red Vipers. But that's a long way to go. 5 rounds of nearly perfect Rainbow Six Siege that they have to play to get through the defense of Demas Force. And you can bet that unlike round 7, they will not allow the side... they will not allow, the early couple of frags of whoever gets them to go in vain. That is what happened in the last round. Unfortunately, the Vigil got a couple of very important frags for his team, and then it all seemed to just fall apart. Demon's Force trying to peek everything like they do on the attack, but it's defense, my dudes, and you don't exactly go for those kinds of plays. Right now, of course, with it being match point all the way out in round 8, there's still a good chance that Red Vipers could take another round or two here, honestly speaking, because again, just like Foxy said, and just like we have mentioned time and time again, it is a very much attacker-sided map, and I'm not sure what Tsukishima Goat is trying to do over there. He's probably trying to get on top of that base platform that's there just above the blue stairs. But, it was definitely staring at that very introspectively, probably trying to figure out what kind of wood that particular platform uses. But jokes aside, we'll find out later on if Tsukishima was able to get on top of that platform. R6S is on the roam right now, all the way out in blue bar, trying to find a couple of kills for himself, but no, it'll be Kajit to go down first as Faisal shuts him down and moves into kitchen. He's gonna break the door, but that's his position given away. R6S, he has to pause, mind you, because the door break didn't go through all the way from Faisal, who himself is closer to half HP than he would like. Turns out Tsukishima Goat could not get on top of the vase platform. That's a little unfortunate for the man. He could have had an advantageous position had he managed to pull it off, but it was not to be, as right now, in this 4v5, Demon's Force are looking at a little bit of a precarious situation. And I say a little bit, of course, because they can easily turn this around whenever they so desire. They have proven themselves to be that kind of team, even with the additions of Kajit and R6S. Now they're just waiting for anything and everything to go their way. Tsukishima Goat catches a drone in the midst of it all. That drone's gonna have to be taken out by the attackers, and I believe Red Vipers have already done that, mind you, because that is intel denial from the Mozzie alone, and that is without a mute, mind you. That combination isn't quite there, but that peak isn't there either. That will be the Legion going down. Faisal gets his double, and R6S goes down, and that's another bad peak from Tsukishima, as he will fall as well. There's a triple. Cobra's going to challenge in the meanwhile. He's going to get one, and Sniper on Candy got one in the meanwhile as well. Sniper gets two. Suddenly it's a 2v2. Is this about to be a 2v5? A clutch in the meanwhile. Cobra's gonna take some damage. He's gonna do some damage back as the ADS is burning away at utility, but the Jaeger will fall. That's unfortunate. It's all down to the Bandit as Sniper's gotten one himself. Invalid has dropped. That is the Blackbeard, and I don't think... No, Ali actually does have the diffuser. Sniper, where is he? Oh, well then. The run out. You don't expect that from Sniper One Candy, let alone from Demon's Force, but he went out and he got that on the other side of the billiards wall. That is a way to finish off a 4K, ladies and gentlemen, as that was a play and a half from Sniper One Candy to make sure that the side of Red Vipers do not take any more rounds whatsoever going into the end of this game. That is how he gets 14 kills as well. That's a lot, especially when you consider that only 8 rounds have gone off today. That is a big drop coming out from Red Vipers, as they really just were not into it today. Their hearts didn't seem to be into it, and that showed in the result of the game, as they will lose. Demon's Force takes Coastline 7-1. Of course, we're not quite done with this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into relive the moment nice and quickly to break down the best moments of this match, and it's a short one, so Foxy, please take us through them.
Oh, definitely. This was just Demon's Force walking away with so much more that they had to bring, and honestly, it was more of a ball pen game as to how both these teams play out. It's just a fun match that they had, and that's what it looked like. And I don't really blame them. You always want to make sure you're enjoying the match you're playing, because even when Demon's Force happen to go down on the side of defense, we do not see them play like, all right, we need to get the 7-0, boys. We need to get the 7-0. That was not the motto I saw them look out for. We saw so many reckless peaks come out from them, and I say reckless, but not exactly in a bad way. No, they were just trying their luck, because they had so much comfort to fall back to. Able to walk away into the second half with the 6-0 scoreline is something that you don't usually get to see, and at least not on a on a division like this division, that is Division 1 for that matter. The top tier division, everything here is super serious, and how things go down. But that being said, it was definitely the Demon's Force day today, and Sniper One Candy, very good stuff from him, Blackbeard, and once again, I can only understand why you want to make sure that you have the Blitz or the Blackbeard for that matter banned. Quite the operators that Demon's Force can definitely bring out an exploitation of, because you have those that kind of stuff coming in from them. But that being said, let's see how things will turn out. This Kishima goat with this push that he happened to make was definitely beautiful, and once again, everything that came out from the side Demon's Force was beautiful until the first half happened to come down as well. Khajiit definitely turned out to be a beautiful addition to what he happens to offer, just as he's entered the new a very refreshing roster of Demon's Force. Going to the second half, this was a good attempt from Cobra, but just not enough. Could not see the sledge come up with that shield just not in the right position for him. It was obviously made for somebody who's on the other side of it to take advantage of, as we did see round 7 go to Red Vipers. But hey, this was the round, I believe, that did leave us all in awe. What a shot coming in from the side of the Bandit. That was in fact Sniper One Candy. Look at that long angle being in, but I myself had to type down a well played stat as a very good maneuver as to how we can take advantage of the situation and the position that the attackers happen to be on. But that being said, that was it in fact, breaking that match down into little bits, and I'll leave the mic back to you, Blackjack. Any closing thoughts on this before we happen to head on out?
Well, right now, I just have to say, very well played to Sniper One Candy throughout the entirety of that game. He really showed up, regardless of whether or not Red Vipers were in a position of power. But of course, that has been the end of that game and the end of the first half, and we'll be taking a bit of a slightly longer break, and we'll be coming back around 7:30 p.m. IST with the second half of the day. Mercenaries will be taking on Kira Esports firstly, and then Monkas will be taking on Team L2K. That last match, a little bit of a pre-majors, majors excitement. Of course, that's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge moment, as they say. But enough about that. That's the second half games, ladies and gentlemen, at 7:30 p.m. IST. Do not forget, mark your timers. And before we leave off, another reminder to all of our viewers that Season 3 registrations are in fact still live. And if you want yourself or your team to be in the thick of the action, head on over to the Esports Club through the link down in the description below and get yourselves registered and maybe even into Division 3 of the next season. The next season, however, is a long ways away. Right now, we'll be going into a bit of a waiting mode for the second half of tonight's game, and we'll be back with Mercenaries versus Kira Esports on the other side at 7:30 p.m. Stay tuned.